Sean Diddy Combs is expected to stay in custody while awaiting his sentencing hearing after being found guilty of 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. Yesterday, the judge proposed a sentencing date of October 3rd, and a hearing has been set for next week. The possibility of life in prison is off the table for Combs after he was acquitted on 3 of the most serious charges in his sex trafficking and racketeering trial. But he could face up to 20 years in prison, with the 2 counts each carrying a maximum sentence of 10 years. Our CBS News team was in the courtroom for the entire 7-week trial. We spent a lot of time talking to 2 correspondents in particular, and they did a lot of heavy lifting, sifting through a mountain of evidence and giving us minute-by-minute updates. In our show notes segment, I spoke with Katrina Kaufman and Jericka Duncan about what it was like to cover the trial.
You guys both had that front row seat in terms of being able to see everyone in the courtroom. Talk about that, because, we just were able to see sketches. You actually were able to see Sean Combs and his demeanor each and every day. What did you notice?
So the way the courtroom is set up, there are 6 benches on the left, 6 benches on the right. Sean Combs and his legal team are in the last table, because there's also like 3 tables, and then there's the judge up front. The press and the public had 3 benches, and on the left side. On the right side, the last 3 benches were the press. So when I say the press and the public, there were some like court reporters that were able to sit on the left side, but most of us sat on the right side, who had generic sort of what they call the New York City press passes. Oftentimes I would try to sit on the very end because I could see Combs very clearly. He turns around a lot to see who's there. It almost seemed too like he started to recognize some of us because we were there all the time. I know that Katrina actually did sit in the front row at one point. I want you to tell me that story, because we never talked about that. The front row was usually just the artist. And there was a point in time, I think during the closing arguments, you were able to see the very front row. It was just you and the artist. What was, to me, I know this is not me asking the questions, but I'm like, what was that like? And how did you get that seat? Because we never talked about this.
They offered it to me. It was an incredible view, though, because you also, it was kind of cool because you could see the artists doing their depictions, but it was also this amazing view of Combs' face, because often the way they put the press a bit more back, you're sort of seeing the side of his face or the back of his head. And I was able to sit way over in the corner with just a perfect view of him. And I could also look at his family because it was closing arguments. All his kids were in court. His mom was in court. So I was just studying all of them as the prosecution was finishing, as the defense was giving closing arguments. And it's just such an interesting window to just see his reaction, look at his faces, notice when he's looking to the jury, sort of see when he seems happy or, not happy about something that's going on. Obviously, when the verdict came down, he was really reactive. He just seemed so relieved. And it was interesting, too, because I saw him sort of sigh with relief when he heard not guilty on RICO, not guilty on Cassie sex trafficking. And then he literally shook and got startled when he heard the word guilty on that transportation for the purpose of prostitution charge. But then the other not guilty rolled in, and he sort of got happy again and began, praying to the jury, to everyone. But it's been really, I feel like we've gotten almost this window into Combs and his family. We're sitting in court every day with him. We're seeing his mother. We're seeing his children. His sons were there for most of the trial. We're witnessing a lot of really...
The family's very pleasant. They, I think, really were classy in terms of how they sort of showed up, I guess. I don't know that we were expecting anything less than that, but we're looking for every little detail. And also the jurors. There were many times where if you're sitting on the far left side where the press is, you can see the jurors very well. And looking at their reaction, which I'm still hoping we can sit down with one of the jurors.
Right.
That's really, we want to be that fly on the wall, but we can't. but what were you guys thinking? What were the conversations? Why this and not that? There are a lot of questions that I think many of us have at this point.
And we will certainly speak to more CBS News reporters every week in our show notes segment.